would start filming a kitchen renovation. Can you call it a renovation? But I kind of just wanted to vlog the process of changing my kitchen, because my one bugbear really when I moved into this place was the kitchen. In particular, I just really dislike the worktops, and I was really keen to change those. I was kind of looking at different options for worktops that I would go for. I looked at the Maya collection and I looked at the Minerva collection, but then I got a quote from a quartz dealer. I'm using a company called Mayfair Granite, not sponsored by the way, and actually it ended up working out as being slightly cheaper to go for a quartz worktop than what you would think would be a slightly cheaper alternative to quartz. So of course I was going to go for that. I then had to choose which colour I would go for, and I've decided to go for the Carrara. I never know how to say the words. Let's go with Carrara, shall we? I've gone for the Carrara, which is sort of a marble effect. From where the kitchen was when I first moved in, the only change I've really made is that I've changed the handles. So originally the handles were these chrome type ones, and I've just changed them out for these brass handles. And the only other change that I've made so far is that I've taken the upstands off from around the back of the worktops. So that was just a day spent with a chisel and a hammer. Not a day, maybe like half an hour spent with a chisel and hammer getting those off, because when they came to measure up for the worktops, they needed the upstands to be off so they could measure the size properly. So anyway, they are actually coming to fit the worktops tomorrow. So this evening I've got a handyman coming round, because he's going to help me remove the current hob, remove the current sink, and take the current worktops off. I felt like if it was just a case of having to remove worktops, I could probably have done that myself. And could I have done the sink myself? No, probably need someone who knows how to do plumbing for that. And same with the hob. I didn't want to mess around with the hob when it's, you know, it's gas. I don't want to do anything that might be dangerous and have a gas leak without knowing. You know, I just thought I should get someone who's an actual gas engineer in to do that. So the guy I've got coming round, he's a handyman, but he's also a gas engineer and can do plumbing, so win-win. So he's going to come around tonight, take those all out. I don't think I'm going to film anything when the handyman's here tonight, but I will chat to you again when he's come and taken everything out, and I'll show you what it's looking like. I'll also show you my new sink and hob that I'm going to have put in, and my new tap. So don't go anywhere, because that's coming right up. Okay, it is a good few hours later now, but as you can see, all of the worktops are off. But I did just realise that perhaps I need to take this, what's it called, splashback off before the guys come to fit the worktops tomorrow. So I'm going to try and do that now. Hopefully it should just come off in the same way that a tile would. So yeah, that's going to be my little task for the rest of the evening. I love that when they've put this in, it was clearly like a little gap on this side and then a massive gap on this side, and they've just decided that they'll just fill that in with a bit of sealant or whatever this is. Oh, don't mind me, just ripping off paint. All done. So it is now the next day, and as you can see, my worktops are in. I'm very happy with them, and it was so quick. I mean, I think the guys were here for about an hour. One thing I would say though, if you are getting a new worktop, I would definitely try and get in to the warehouse to see a large version of the quartz that you're choosing, rather than just looking at the small samples, because I've gone from what the small samples look like, and actually it looks very different on the sample to what it looks like on a big worktop, but fortunately I am still happy with it. It's got quite a subtle vein to it, no massive crazy swirls or anything like that. Oh, I need to put this drawer back in actually, hang on, let me just go and do that quickly. This is my nice new Range Master hob. Well, obviously it still has its other bits that need to go on top. What I liked about this hob, here are the little bits for it, is that it's like a goldy brassy colour rather than being chrome like most of them are. And obviously where I've got sort of goldy brassy features in the kitchen, I thought it would be nice to have the same on the hob. Gone for a gas hob because personally that's what I prefer. And then here's my new Rangemaster sink. I had a little freak out moment where I was like, oh my goodness, I didn't get them to make a hole for the tap in the worktops. But then I realised it does actually go in the sink, and if you look under here, you can see that there is a little circle where that hole for the tap just needs to be bashed out. Another thing that needs to be done, so where the sink is currently sitting, this needs to be cut away because where it's resting on here, the sink actually won't sit flat against the surface. So hopefully this afternoon I'm gonna have my handyman come in who's gonna fit the sink properly, and hopefully he'll have the right stuff to just saw that away. I'm guessing he does just need a saw of some sort. But anyway, that's one thing that needs to be looked at. What was the other thing? Oh yeah, I just want to decide where I'm gonna have some shelves. So I kind of want to have some pantry style shelves here. Ideally, I would have wanted them to sit in the middle of these two cupboard doors. However, where this door opens, I need to have enough room for that to open fully. So I'm gonna have them shifted across slightly. So they're gonna be where I've drawn this line. Oh, it does not want to focus on that line. So I've drawn like an 80 centimeter line across there, which is where I think the shelves would sit. It is a little bit annoying that they're off center, but oh well, it is what it is. I need to be able to open the cupboard door. So yeah, that's that. And I've got my handyman slash gas engineer slash plumber. Seems to be able to do everything. I've got him coming this afternoon to sort the sink out, sort the hob out, put the oven back in. I mean, I could probably put the oven back in myself, to be honest, but he might as well do it while he's here. Yeah, that's the little next update in my kitchen. Right, so as you can see, new sink and new tap are in. My hair is wet, by the way, not just horribly greasy. I am so happy with the sink. You might not really be able to tell, but it's so much bigger. Well, I say so much bigger. It's actually not that much bigger, but it feels so much bigger than the last one. And where the tap is a lot bigger and actually higher up, the last tap sort of came down here and it was always quite hard to get things underneath. But with this, I just feel like I've got so much room. This is a Rangemaster sink, and the tap, got it from Tap Warehouse, but I can't remember off the top of my head what the name of it is. But it's got this, what do you call it? Like a hose type thing, I guess. What you can also do is press this here. Oh, sorry, you couldn't see that. So you can have it like this, or you can press this button and it turns into that sort of thing. So anyway, best turn that off. Don't want to waste lots of water. But yeah, very, very happy with that sink. Also, my new hob is in. Obviously, the wall behind is looking pretty grim at the moment, but I'm hoping to get that sorted next week. I've gone for a Rangemaster hob. To be honest, had the previous hob that was in here been fully working, I probably wouldn't have bothered to change it because, I mean, it wasn't the prettiest thing in the world. It was sort of like a stainless steel gas hob, but it wasn't working. And when I called up about having someone come out and fix it, they quoted me a higher amount than the hob was worth itself. So I just thought, you know what? I'm just gonna get a new hob. I've gone for a gas hob because I personally just prefer a gas hob. I think they heat up quickly and I just also quite like how they look, to be honest. So I also had a bunch of tile samples arrive from Porcelain Superstore, and all of the different options that I got samples in are these ones where, I don't know if you'll be able to see, hello, great. That's not worked very well, has it? You can't see at all now. But they've got this sort of like irregularity to them. Like, it really does not want to focus on this tile. So they're like not completely flat is what I'm trying to say. You should see the funny squat I'm trying to do right now to film down here. But the ones that I've decided to go for are this one. They're called the Countrywide White tile. And I'm gonna have them fitted in like the herringbone effect. So you know when it's sort of like this. So I'm gonna have someone come and do that for me, because as much as I think I'm capable of doing the tiling, I think trying to do a herringbone effect might be something that I should leave to someone else. So that's the tile that I've gone for. I'm gonna have that all over the whole back wall and down that side there. And then I'm still debating what I'm gonna do about this bit, because ideally I would love to have like an antique mirror effect, but it's quite pricey. So realistically, I might not be able to do that. So it might just end up being the tiles all the way along the back here as well, but we shall see. One more thing to point out about this sink is that where it actually comes down a lot lower here than the previous sink, I can no longer fit a good sized kitchen bin in this cupboard. So I'm basically gonna use this space for all of my cleaning products. I've got a little organizer shelf thing arriving that's gonna make all of that storage in there a little bit better, make the space a little bit more useful. And then I've moved the bin to this cupboard here, and I managed to find this, which is a pull-out bin, and it's got, oh, sorry, I don't really want to show you the contents of my bin, but it's got sort of like a main kitchen waste section and then a recycling section behind. Yeah, that's from Halo, apparently. But yeah, it was quite a struggle to find a bin that fitted the space well, and this is the best that I could find. These are the samples that I ordered. Maybe you can see a little bit better there, how they're not completely straight. Also, this is just a little extra drying area. I did have a drying rack arrive, but I'll insert a little clip on the screen now, because given that it really only has one job, it wasn't particularly good at it and the plates didn't actually stand up very well. So I've got another little gold rack arriving for here, but I figured this is just good to have a little bit of extra space for when you've got lots of things to dry. I do actually have a dishwasher in here, but I hardly ever use that. So yeah, kind of a bit of a waste of space, but I suppose it is nice to have the option. So in case you are interested, I'm very pleased with this purchase that I've made of this expandable shelf organizer, which basically means that you can see your tins at the back. How good is that? Right, so I've just picked up my samples for the splashback. So this would be to go across this area here. I'm currently leaning more towards this one on the left because I feel like it looks more like a distressed effect rather than this one. I feel like perhaps it just looks like it's a dirty mirror. However, of course, the one on the left is more expensive. So I'm just currently weighing up which one I'd rather go for, but I'm thinking probably gonna bite the bullet and go for this one on the left. It's from Windsor Glass and it's called Eton, and I believe this one is called Wentworth. And I'm hoping that next week I'll be able to have them come out and fit that for me. So they'll come out and measure it and then cut the glass and come and put it in for me. Oh, hey there! Nice distressed mirror effect. If I put them both there, maybe we can see them in situ. I think it's very hard to make a decision, isn't it? What do you think? Let me know in the comment section below which you would go for. I honestly just cannot wait to not see this on the wall anymore. It looks so horrible. Right, I've just got a couple of very small kitchen updates for you today. First of all, the brackets are up for my floating shelves. Now apparently, if you're wanting to put floating shelves or any shelves with these kind of brackets onto a totally tiled wall, the best way to do it, from my research, is that you should put the brackets in, then tile the whole wall, and then slot the shelves onto the brackets. Apparently that's the best way to do it. So, step one done, brackets are in, so they just look like that. And then my actual shelves are under here at the moment, so they just look like this. They are from Funky Chunky Wood, Funky Chunky Furniture. Let me just double check that quickly. Funky Chunky Furniture Company. These are in the shade Medium Oak. And yeah, I just like the fact that they have, you know, all the rusticy effects in there. Hopefully they'll look nice when my tiles are up and I can put them on the wall. And then my other thing is that my storage for under the sink has arrived, so that's where I'm going to be keeping all of my cleaning products. And I've got one of these space arrangement frames, is apparently what they're called, which basically means you can sort of move the slats around all of the plumbing that's underneath the sink and make it work for you. So I'll put a little time lapse on while I organise all of my cleaning products. Over a little bit. As you can see, it just sort of makes the use of space a little bit more efficient. Plus, I think it just makes everything look a little bit neater as well. So there we go. Right guys, so it's finally the day that I'm getting my splashback fitted, which I'm so excited about because it's one of those things that I saw ages ago, I think on Pinterest or somewhere, and I was like, I want that. So I've put a lot of research into finding the right antique mirror effect, and it's happening today. So excited. But I thought just before he gets here to fit it, I need to give this a little bit of a wipe down, because where I've been cooking here, obviously, there's been a bit of splatterings. There's been you know what I mean. So I'm going to give that a little wipe down, and then I'll show you the result when he's gone, but I'll show you quickly the before. So here is how it's currently looking. Slightly splattered, as you can see. And then we'll cut to the after. So as you can see, it's all done and you can see me, hey! Really pleased with how that looks. You might be able to tell though, it's not actually the same day. I've probably got different hair and wearing something different to last time. I can't even remember because it was that long ago. Essentially what happened was, on the day that they came to fit, when I was last filming, the mirror actually came up slightly too small. So they weren't happy with it. I mean, it wasn't by much, but they just wanted it to be done really, really well, which I'm very happy about because otherwise it would have bothered me as well. So they decided to take that one away and come back today, which I think is about a week later. But it's done now, and now all that's left to do is the tiling on this wall. And I think I'm just gonna wait until that's all done, and then I'll do the final kitchen reveal. So maybe what I'll do now is I'll show you just a little reminder of what the kitchen looked like before with some photos. Maybe I'll use the photos from when I was first buying the place, and then we'll cut from that to what it's looking like now. That was it. That was the kitchen transformation video. I hope you enjoyed watching that, and I hope you love my new kitchen as much as I do. Annoyingly though, I feel like when I was watching back those before and after clips, the camera just doesn't quite do it justice. I don't know, I feel like you just couldn't get quite the full effect of the kitchen. Anyway, if you do enjoy this kind of content, I'm going to be setting up a separate Instagram account for the more home decor type content, because I feel like at the moment on my Instagram it's like parkour and then house stuff, and the two things don't really go together. So if you're interested in more of the home stuff, then make sure to go and give that account a follow. I'll put a little whatever the handle is here if it's up and running already. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. That would really mean a lot to me, and I'll see you next time, guys.